Well, hello there, welcome back to another video with me, Mr. Cool Plays. Today's video is all about interiors, how to build them. I'm going to offer some building tips, where I'm going to show you some designs I made, some interior designs. Yeah, I just wanted to inspire people to, think about your interiors a bit more, because I think interiors are very important, right? Obviously, if you're going to have a Minecraft house, you probably want to live in it, and you probably want a nice interior. So, we're going to start off with the first example I have here, and this is actually an example of how not to do it. So if you come in here, you can see a lot of problems already. The first thing is that the ceiling and the floor and the walls, they're all the same color. They're all the same block. And I usually recommend that you have at least the floor and the ceiling be separate colors from the wall, because this place still looks a bit monochromatic. Maybe if you just added a little bit more variety, right, 2 types of blocks instead of just 1, it would look a lot nicer. I think also for the walls, you could just make like one wall a different color than the other wall. That also works quite well. The next thing is, you'll notice the ceiling isn't very high up, right? I understand that in real life this makes perfect sense, right? 2.5 meter, 3 meter ceilings are like the standard. But in Minecraft, you probably want like a 6 block tall wall, to be honest. Like 4 to 6 is probably like good height for Minecraft, and you could go even higher, because to be honest, small walls, small ceilings, right, they just don't allow you, they don't give you a lot of freedom to build a lot of stuff, right? I mean, like this bookshelf here, it's only 2 blocks tall. It can only be 2 blocks tall. Same thing with all this stuff here. The bigger you make your walls, the more freedom you give yourself, the more building freedom, and the better you'll be off. I want to point out with the windows here, they're very in flush with the wall, right? I'm using the blocks instead of the panes. You should probably use the panes, or maybe like scaffolding or something. Something that has depth, not something as flat as this. And also the window's small, and it's just 1 block, and it kind of looks a bit silly, doesn't it? Also the carpet is rubbish. The shape is rubbish on it. You want to make like if you want to do a carpet, you want to do like a rectangle. That usually works well. The fireplace looks a little bit weird and out of place. The chests are in random spots. And I mean, it's practical. It's a practical base. As you can see, we got all these important workstations here. And we have a bed, and we have a crafting table, we have a furnace. Like, I mean, it's a practical base. It's not exactly what most people want, right? So we're going to move over to this one here, and this is quite different. I tried really hard with this interior, and I think you're gonna like it. We walk in, and immediately the first thing you can see is there's so much detail. The walls are all different colors, right? The ceiling has depth and detail, and there's leaves inside, as you can see. I use leaves. I do like leaves a lot inside in the interior. I think they look quite nice. I also made great use of the new cushion blocks. I am in the new snapshot, so I made use of the cushion blocks, right? You can actually sit down on the couch, which is like really big. That's fantastic. We have a staircase here, as you can see, with chests in the back of it, right, to add some extra detail and functionality. Or you can go up these stairs, and as you can see, you can open these. There's nothing up here, but stairs are cool. Carpet's cool, as you can see. You can do like this trick where you can place wool blocks underneath the carpet, so like some bits can be higher and some bits can be lower. I really recommend doing that. It's really cool for detail. Also, just like bookshelves and potted plants are really good. I really do love the potted cherry sapling. Those look really, really cool in my opinion. And just chairs. You can do chairs now, and they actually work, which is so cool. I'm like sitting by the dinner table in the chair. It's fantastic. Don't forget about paintings. And when it comes to walls, I figure like usually it's probably a better idea to have the walls like quite bright, quite a light color. Like as if you go really dark with the walls, it's gonna look a bit strange. It's gonna look a bit rubbish, isn't it? So I think poplar wood is really, really nice, as well as pale oak wood as well, or even mushroom stem or sulfur. These are all really nice combinations for walls. And as you can see, I broke up the walls, so like this one's a different color to this one, that one's different, that one is the same. The dominant color for walls in this house is poplar wood, but still I do have some variety. Also in the kitchen, as you can see, like I do have a pale oak wall here. And also I used the new leaves, as you can see up here in the kitchen. I think they're really, really nice. They do make this place a lot more atmospheric. And just add details like, like a sink and a tap, right? We have a fridge here. We got, an oven here, a big oven with a chimney going up there. Right, I have a big fireplace. This is the first time I did a fireplace like this. I really do actually like it. It's like inset into the wall. The only issue with it is that, you might not want to use poplar wood for this, because it does catch on fire. So I'm using campfires. But if you want to use an actual fire, then just don't make a wood wall, right? Just actually use like stone or something like that. You also want to keep your interior nice and lit up, probably, right? So windows are really good for that. Lights are really good for that. And then, candles and other sort of like lanterns and stuff like that are also really good for detail. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say for this interior, right? I mean, you know, just have a nice little look around, right? I think also adding a lot of shape to your room, right? So like it not being a perfect square is fantastic. Like just have some shape, right? This is, you know, it's a nice straight wall, except it's inset here for the kitchen, right? There's a door here, you know, there's the wall, it bends and there's a little bend there, right? So there's bamboo inside. Quite strange, but it works quite well. I do like it. Right, just have extra depth in your walls, right? Just have the room move a bit, right? Have some shape to it. Shape is really cool. But right, we'll move over to our next interior, and this one will be a bedroom. Everyone likes a good bedroom, right? You need to put the bed somewhere. So I worked on this bedroom quite hard, and I think this looks quite nice. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but basically this is what I got. So we have a shelf here, as you can see, with some cool stuff. We got a really, really cool bed, which you can do crazy details with the new cushion, and when you actually sleep in it, you'll actually be covered by the cushion, which is quite cool. We have a piano in here, as well as some, you know, a martial arts painting. Could be like a martial arts poster, like if you're interested in like ninjas, you put up a poster, right? That's cool. We have a lampshade and a lamp here. We have a jukebox in your room, obviously you needed some bangers, right? We have some decorative stuff. You have the American flag. We have a wardrobe with, you know, some trendy armor. For this room, I went like mainly with a theme. I got two colors predominantly going on. I got light blue and I got white, right? So I got a white wall here. We have some bluish walls. I mean, this is not light blue, but it's like it's light blue terracotta and that sort of thing. We got some cringe inspirational signage here, and we have a beanbag here with a cat, as you can see. You can sit on it as well. You know, it's fantastic. I love the cushions. They're really cool. They sort of broke building in some aspects, but they're still really cool. You can sit beside your piano, right? I mean, this is really nice. I don't know where I learned this piano design, but it's a classic. It looks really nice. You do it with looms and dark oak, and it just looks upper class. I mean, it's fantastic. You know, bookshelves and stuff like that. There's really not that much that you put in the bedroom besides the bed, really. You know, carpet and some other things, but that's basically it. Like, also the ceiling, as you can see, didn't make it straight. You can make a straight ceiling if you're doing like a modern house. If you're doing something like this, slightly rustic, you can make it look like the ceiling supported, you know, like you make it look like the attic's above you, you know what I mean, right? Make it look strong, make it look like it doesn't want to fall over. That's cool. Right, that's all I have to say for the bedroom. Let's move over to our next interior, and this one is quite an interesting one, I must say. So if you walk in here, this is a bathroom, and it is quite a nice I did my best with this bathroom, and I'm really happy with it. It's there's quite a lot going on. But the first thing you'll notice is we have like a really cool color palette going on. So we got blue and we got yellow, right? Very contrasty colors. It also looks very tiley, right? These are very tile looking blocks, and obviously in bathrooms you want a lot of tiles because tiles are very easy to get water off of, you know. They're waterproof. As you can see, the ground also has tiles. There's a little rug here. I'm not sure how many people have a rug in their bathroom now to think about it, but you do have something when you step out of the shower, right? Not to drip everywhere. You have a little shower rug, right? My favorite carpet type is probably the dark grey carpet because it's neutral. It's not too vibrant. Well, I'm forgetting the main thing here, the bath. As you can see, we got bubbles, and I'll show you how to do these. Basically, you just put potent sulfur beneath slabs, and as you can see, like if you don't use slabs, you get this that sort of effect, and that doesn't look particularly good, right? And it also gives you nausea. So if you put a slab there, you'll be grand, and you can just have these cool bubbles. They look really nice, and they have no effect on you whatsoever. They do nothing. Oh, and also something that everyone wants in their bathroom: music. Imagine, dude, you're showering, you got a jukebox in your bathroom. You do this, right? You get the disc. It's an absolute banger. Oh yeah, I could have a bath to this. But anyway, I also wanted to show you something else, and that is the toilet, as you can see, right? And also some more inspirational signage, right? Very important business. So you can sit on the toilet because I put a cushion on it, right? And that's really cool. So you can finally sit on toilets in Minecraft. The toilet update, it's fantastic. Right here we have a little thing, you know, you pull to flush the toilet, right? So that's cool. And we also have something very interesting here. You see the bell. I want you to picture this, right? You sat on the toilet and you run out of toilet paper, right? That's toilet paper. You run out of it. You have no toilet paper. What can you do? This is fantastic. To be honest, it's not like a build hack or anything. It's just an idea I had, and I think it's really cool. You have an LA holding toilet paper for you, and he brings the toilet paper to you, because there's the dispenser here on the Spore Blossom. I couldn't integrate it better, so I just put a Spore Blossom there. Looks kind of weird, but yeah, if you don't look at it, it's grand. It's hooked up to a calibrated skulk sensor, as you can see, so that's how it gets its signal, right? I know, I think it's brilliant. You sit on the toilet, you just ring the bell, the allay is like, okay, it's time to get toilet paper for... I mean, he's stuck now. Come on, dude, you can do it. You get out of the shower. Go and get it. Dude, go and get it. Go and get it. Yeah. Bring me the toilet paper. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, I forgot to mention the fish tanks. Yeah, the fish tanks, look, I got axolotls in here. Blue axolotls, to be specific. I gave them golden dandelions so they didn't grow up. One of them grew up, but the other ones didn't. And we have fish over here. I think, yeah, we got lovely tropical fish swimming in here. I think, like, that was a cool idea I had. Like, what if I just made an aquarium in my bathroom? That's an upper class bathroom. I guarantee you there's people that have this, but it's really cool and atmospheric. Like, you imagine having a bath and you're just watching the axolotls have a bath and the fish have a bath, right? Oh, it's so good. I also did my classic thing with the leaves. I got some leaves here, right? Got some particles from the Spore Blossom. We also have this over here. I guess this is like, also, I put bubbles here as well. Did the same thing I did with the potent sulfur. It just meant to look like, I don't know, a water tank. This is where your water heats up, I guess, for your showers, right? Now, when it comes to windows in bathrooms, people listen up, right? Obviously, you're not gonna have that many windows in a bathroom. I do have one window. That's obviously letting light, and I do think most people do have a little window. But as you can see, it's up here. It's high up, above the toilet, so no one can really see you. I also use, like, white stained glass panes, so it looks like blurry glass. It looks like it's blurred. You can't see through it properly. That's how you tackle windows in bathrooms. Don't have a big bloody massive glass wall, right? That's kind of un-bathroom-like, isn't it? You know, you don't do that. Minor details I will mention. These are supposed to be mirrors, right? They look a little bit like mirrors, right? And they're banners, obviously. We have a sink here. You know, sinks are quite hard to do in Minecraft, so I did my best. That's a sink. We also have, you know, towels. Towels are very important for drying your hands and legs and feet and toes, right? That's really important. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really like this. This angle here is really cool with the red cinnabar. It's beautiful. I really love the contrast. I really love the complementary colors. I think it's really cool. Now let's move over to our next interior, and this is my favorite one. Best for last, as they say. Now, I didn't do a fake stupid box house around it. I'm sorry I didn't. But if we look inside, this one is my favorite. This one's my favorite, and you can see exactly why. Just take it in. Just take it in. Look at every detail. Just take it in. I am really, really happy with this, how this interior turned out. I think it looks so cool. And it's big. The main thing, I think the main takeaway from this is ceilings don't have to be straight. You can make ceilings just be the roof. You can have them slanted like this. What I've gone for here is like a Gothic old sort of like library slash church, right? It could be a church if I made it a church, but I made a library, right? I have books here. Not that many, to be honest, but we have books here, right? We have yellow couches, right? One over there, one over there, one over there in the back. So you can sit down and read your books in quiet and peace, right? It's like a study room. It's like a big, posh study room is what it is, basically. Now, there's a lot of things you need to take away and write down from this, right? Obviously, what's very important is a big, cool window, right? That's what Gothic builds have in common. They usually like round circular windows at the top of buildings. And you can see the different colors and the different paints I used to get this effect. I think this is a very recent development in the building world where people are starting to do this now. I think it looks really, really cool, right? That sort of church glass looks awesome. And, you know, I did 2 of these windows. The next thing you'll see is a big, massive painting right there in the middle. I think it looks really, really, really cool. Paintings are always, they're the key to success, right? Just add a few paintings and you'll be grand. You'll be fantastic. And this one especially, big ones on big empty walls like this are chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I also forgot to mention this massive hole. I don't know how I forgot to mention this. This is the enchanting room, right? So you come down here and you enchant, because this is Minecraft, and every room does sort of have a little functionality, right? Except for the bathroom, that's just stupid. But this is the enchanting room, right? Obviously, we have a lot of amethyst around, right? That probably enchants your stuff better. We have a lot of candles around, right? That just makes this feel more magical. And you come in here, and you can enchant, right? Also, I'm standing on half slabs because, you know, it makes the enchanting table a bit higher, doesn't it? And you can use crying obsidian, which is also quite cool, right? And you can enchant to level 30 because I'm surrounded by bookshelves, which is really cool. And yeah, I think adding a lot of vertical aspect to your room, so like adding a little hole in the middle, adding a tall ceiling is really cool. Also chandeliers, really cool. They deserve a massive shout out. I think they look really, really cool. Also, these leaves, the red leaves in the new update, are probably my favorite. They're really, really cool. It would look quite good with green, to be honest. I think I should try green just to show you. But I think this room mainly, I mean, the theme around this is really cool. The reason I chose yellow for my couches is because this has a sort of like a purplish, reddish theme, right? So we got purple in here, right in the insets in the walls. And also poplar wood is also slightly purple. So using yellow as your couches is an S tier idea. They're a complementary color. They stand out so well. They're so nice and vibrant. I think this room looks fantastic, to be honest. And the red leaves look amazing. The yellow ones look cool too. I think the red ones are my favorite, but we can try with green because I'm curious to see what that would look like. I think it'll look better with the red because of just how that's just the theme of the room. But I'd like to see what it looks like with green. And oh, you know what? Some people might even prefer that. You know what? Now that I actually look at it, green still looks really, really awesome. Like, I would use green if there was no red. It looks really, really nice still. But I think the red just adds a bit more pop, doesn't it? Like, yeah, this here in the back, it just adds more pop. I think it's a lot cooler. So we're gonna switch it back to red. Oh yeah, that's a lot nicer. It just makes the yellow stand out so much, and it's such an atmospheric room. Like, you walk in here, there's so many candles everywhere, right? It's nice and dimly lit, but not too bad so that monsters would spawn, right? There's a couch here you can sit and you can study with books in your hand. It's so posh. This is nice. I'm a big fan, especially of the dark oak supports. Those are really important. Just make your roofs look like they're supported, right? Make sure they don't look like you're gonna fall, right? This is cool, right, with the shells as barriers as well, so they don't fall in. This is my favorite interior. I hope I inspired you today to build some really, really cool interiors, right? Let me know if you thought of the video, and let me know what you want me to do next. That's been all from me, Mr. Cool Plays, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later.